Welcome to the Melanin Movement, where melanin magic meets meaningful discussions. Join our all-family cast as we dive into hot topics and important issues for the Black community. Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of the Melanin Movement podcast, an all-family cast that addresses topics that are pertinent to the Black community, where melanin magic meets meaningful discussions. I'm Kaya, one of your hosts, and I'm here with my fellow co-hosts. As always, the first one in was Shauna. And next was the handsome, suave, and debonair Chris. And last but not least, bringing up the rear, the stylish EVE. So, to the undecided voters.
Huh?
Why? Why are you undecided?
There are still people with less than 2 weeks away that are undecided because they are still looking at the pros and the cons from each candidate. And unfortunately, that's the reality. So let's break down what each candidate is or what they represent. Because I'm going to say this before y'all go in. Up until now, Kamala has not identified, she has not specifically said, up until today, the day we taped this show, what she is going to specifically do for Black people. Not for everyone, but Black people will benefit. She speaks about the opportunity economy. She speaks about the housing. She speaks about the businesses. She speaks about the school, the student initiatives. But she has not yet said anything regarding, because she has been asked straight up about reparations.
Released the thing about Black men. She released that the other day.
I'm on her website right now. What was it?
Something. I can't. She released the whole thing about what is going to be done specifically for Black men. Maybe it was yesterday, the day before. She just released it. And okay, can we just say this? She has not been the nominee that long. First. So whereas most of the candidates have a year to build policies and, do all of, those things, she has had to do the campaign and build all at the same time. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying she has had to fit a lot in these last 2 months.
So you don't think that she was able to pull from the platform that she had when she was running in 2020?
Why would she pull from that when she wasn't nominated then? Obviously what she had then won't work now. So I think it just had to be built from scratch, but that's just my,
Okay.
take. But look, if somebody's running for office and everybody that has worked for them is either in jail or saying, I will never work for this person again, I think I'm going to go with the other person. That's just my take on it.
I think on a larger picture, just moving forward, even after this election, I think the future elections shouldn't be predicated on the same premises that the last three were, which was, I'm going to vote for this guy simply because this guy sucks.
Yes.
that type of choice making,
right,
is just damning when it comes to the well-being of a country.
It is.
So although we're saying, yeah, vote for this person, The process of getting to that choice, I think, is just indicative of a much larger issue.
Very much
Oh,
so.
for sure, for sure.
Agreed.
Very
Agreed. But
It's just like
sorry, go
the,
ahead.
no, I was just saying that everybody's saying I'm picking the less evil out of the two or something like that.
And it seems like that has been the ever since I really miss
Minority candidates.
yes. Yes.
Real debates.
Real debates. What's my
Like the
man?
mixtape era presidencies.
Right?
Not the mixtape era.
Yeah. All they do is just
That
calling people out their
became,
name.
but we are in this position because the Republicans went MAGA. That's why we're in this position. I
I
remember.
think we're in this position. I actually miss him, rest in peace, John McCain, because he was a stand-up guy.
Right.
And he realized, and even his daughter said that he was very upset because of the floodgates that he unleashed with Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin was like the start of just dumb rhetoric.
Yeah.
Yes, mediocrity, dumb rhetoric,
I could
and
see
just saying
Russia.
anything.
I can see Russia from my living room.
When Putin is looking at me through my blinds, it seemed like she was the start of, and he knew it. And he knew it. And, he was the only one that when people at his campaign rally was just like, yeah, Obama's a Muslim and he's a terrorist. And he was like, no, he's not. He's a decent guy. He's a good guy. He's a family man. And we just disagree on politics.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? But now we don't have that. And with Obama, it became the Tea Party was formed, and now it has just literally snowballed into this MAGA world. Because ever since Trump, when Obama or when Hillary lost, we moved on. We were just like, oh, doggone it. I don't know if the election was stolen, but Hillary lost. We didn't keep her signs on our houses and on our trucks. And like these people, he has not been in office for 4 years. And these people, Chris, you know the house that I'm talking about by us. They literally, it's like a museum. They have like floor to ceiling posters of Trump. Trump told you Biden goes to hell. Trump lied. Biden lied. Trump was telling the truth about it. Like they got it on their truck and on their house.
Trump's presidency is as visually similar to what other president?
You mean the Nixon?
This is what I'm saying. Those are the types of people that are truly representative of the American demographic. The American demographic in the majority aspect represents that radical thinking.
So what is it about this mediocre orange individual that makes people feel that like he's selling Bibles?
It's the Cardi B effect.
He's selling Trump Bibles.
It's the Cardi B effect. People want somebody that represents, being their, like, essentially being their authentic self to where it's like undeniable. Like Cardi B did not get where she is because of her musical talent. She got where she is because of no, I'm dead serious.
I hear you.
She was on reality TV before, and people resonated with her personality. It was like, and the whole ratchet thing that's where that hot girl, that's where that started. So it's the same thing with Trump. Oh, this dude is actually saying that on television? Okay. I'm gonna say that too. Because I've been thinking that. You know what I'm saying? So now that they have a person at
He
this
gave them the permission to say the quiet parts out loud.
He put the battery in their back. That's what it was.
Boom.
Because obviously we have a neighbor down the block that has his Trump sign saying Trump was right about everything on his lawn. And there's Trump signs here and there within the neighborhood, but I just don't understand the blind loyalty. Like, this dude was found liable for rape,
But if you
and
only
he admitted.
but
He
if you
admitted.
only watch Fox News, if that's where you only get your news, think about what's the word is called? When you
Smartphone or algorithms.
algorithms. If you look at one thing, it's going to now flood you with those same type of things. So now you're seeing these stories of him saying January 6th was peaceful, and
He said it was a love fest.
fest.
He said it was a love fest.
And like, I'm just like, JD Vance doesn't realize the reason why he even has a job is because the former vice president was about
Former vice president was like, peace, Negro.
because they wanted to hang him. So it's just, people, if you keep hearing this is red, it's red, it's red, this is red. If you keep hearing it over and over and over again, sooner or later, even though your eyes see it's blue, you are going to say no, it's red.
And that's very scary, because we live in an AI media ran world, and the media can literally make you think whatever they want you to think.
If your granny is on Facebook, if she sees something at least twice, she's sending it to her daughter. If some say, yo, Kamala eats babies, if she scroll down a post that see Kamala eats babies at least 2 times, oh, damn, well, Kamala send. That link is getting sent.
I'm sorry. It's not funny, but
it's scary. It's scary.
It's true.
Because people are saying, that Kamala keeps bringing up stuff that he's done years and years and years ago, talking about, the whole grab him by the, because if you're a celebrity, they let you do it. You can grab him by the,
He was just indicted a couple of months ago.
He was found liable, and was Jean Carroll was awarded $5 million in a judgment, because it couldn't be a criminal case, so she had to do a civil. So he was found liable for rape. He was found guilty on 34 counts. Like, I forgot who said it. I think it was Carlos Miller. T.I. only got 7 felony counts. You got 34.
That sounds like some Carlos Miller would say.
That's a crazy comparison.
Listen, Trump has also, I don't know if you guys seen it yet, he has a commercial with Charlemagne and Envy in it. You saw it?
And they sent a cease and
desist, but it's still playing. It's still playing. I saw it yesterday, and I was like, I thought they told him.
They said they. So I don't know, but
so they're misusing their words.
Okay.
They're taking it out of context and pushing that on their campaign commercials and stuff like that. But if you are undecided, know who you're voting for. You're voting for a rapist. You're voting for a felon.
You're voting for someone where a lot of the people that work for him are now in jail. Just saying.
And the majority of people that work with him in his last administration, and remember, he did run the country once.
He did.
He was given a chance once, and everybody fired him the next time. They were just like, no, you don't have a second term. But he ran again, and now that he's running again, the majority of people that were in his cabinet the first time say they want nothing to do with him. Some people were great. They served the country in the military or whatever.
4-star generals.
And these people are saying,
he should
don't do it
in the Oval Office.
Listen, he said, Miss Sophia, don't do it. Not with all I've been through. Don't. He's telling the country, Miss Sophia, don't do it. Not with all I've been through. I'm not saying that Kamala is the choice of the, because Cornel West is still running. I don't know which ballot he's going to be on and what states, because
He's playing violins on the Titanic.
listen,
we going
down with the ship. He's going down with the ship.
all you're gonna see is the afro sticking out the water. You're gonna see his afro sticking out the water, like my brother, my brother, my brother. Ooh. But yes, so I'm not saying that Kamala is the next coming, because like I said, she's not saying what we need her to say. I think we've waited long enough. All of this, y'all can find money for everything else, but reparations is always off the table because of the white people in this country that don't want to acknowledge the fact that yes, we did build it for free, and we're the only group of people that have not been compensated for it. Until a presidential nominee says, listen, this is what I'm promising to you, black folk. I don't think that after this election we can even support a nominee that's not saying that.
Okay. So here's the thing. We put somebody in, get the person right? Whether it's at the city, state, or the federal level.
Mm-hmm.
We vote them in, they win. That doesn't mean then we sit back. And I think that's something we do as a people. They're in, and then we just expect them to just do. No, that's the time you go to your local office. You meet with your assemblymen, the council people, the senators. That's the time the neighborhood, you start to rally to get these things done, to hold their feet to the fire. But that's something that we don't do. We just sit and say, oh, they didn't do anything.
I agree. As of 2 days ago, it was said that Kamala Harris raised a whopping $1 billion in campaign funds. So she just announced her run yesterday. And I'm paraphrasing. Obviously, we know that it was longer than that. But she has not been campaigning for that long and has already, within this short span of time, raised $1 billion. Why is it that we cannot mobilize the same way to form a super PAC so that we can make sure reparations is on the table?
Right. But we don't. That's the issue. And then we put so much on
the president not understanding that it's our officials as well that we've voted in for the state that is supposed to be speaking for us.
Because I think that sometimes people think that the president is the end all be all, and it's like, no, you need to go back to your class to learn that a lot of the things are from Congress.
Well, there are corporations that work in tandem with SCOTUS and with Congress by writing bills.
True.
They're the ones that literally, they're running the country, honestly, because they're writing these bills and they're sending it to their officials that they know are going to push it within the Senate and push it within the House and push it within SCOTUS. And that's how they get these laws changed. And they don't look like us.
Of course.
So we have to now have the chutzpah to now be these same people and have the same effect and the same influence on these senators, on these congressmen and women, and on the Supreme Court justices. That's the only way. That's the only way. It's not just about voting. It's also about these behind the scenes, covert mission, clandestine, you know what I'm saying? That's all. So if you're undecided and it's basically November, so what are the takeaways, ladies and gentlemen?
I don't want to hear nothing. Because I remember we all went to sleep in 2016. We were all like, she's going to win. So some people didn't vote because the polls said she was going to win. She was going to win. Has anybody on this Zoom ever been polled?
No.
Okay. So,
wait.
So did they ask you, have you ever been asked, who are you voting for?
No.
Okay, so what I'm saying is we cannot go with the poll. So the takeaway for me is I am going to vote because my ancestors were beaten. They got dogs sicked on them. They were killed. All for
Don't forget the hoses. Don't forget the hoses.
All because they wanted the right to vote. So I am always going to vote because my ancestors did all of those things so I could.
Who's next?
Polls is like the top 100 answers in Family Feud.
Yeah, because when nobody wins and they be like, huh? And you hear the answer, you be like, who said that?
Yeah, you told Kansas City,
right?
Pizza spots. You know what I'm saying?
No, they polled Provo, Utah.
Montana, New York, not Chicago. New York, not
Nebraska.
Chicago. Like the way
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Maine. Vermont. Exactly.
Vermont got the best.
No. Bernie Sanders is from Vermont, so Vermont is woke.
But they not.
You got the best pizza.
But no.
Okay, yeah.
You can like go and ask them.
Like going to Mexico for good roti. You know what I'm saying?
No, but you got chicken roti?
To Mexico? No.
Not Papo.
Chicken roti. I really got to think of a takeaway. I don't have one today. Chris, you go. Oh, it's only me.
You begin to only the four of us on here.
I think we should just do better as a country.
Right, like it's just like, what can we do? It's just like there's no real thing to really say. It's just go vote. I know if you work for the states of New York, most of the time you get 4 hours before you leave work, or you could come in later 4 hours or leave earlier 4 hours. Utilize those 4 hours, whatever you have, and just go outside and vote. And do what you need to do.
Just get some better candidates, man. Like make America literate again.
Honestly, if these are the two best things you had in this country,
like, come on.
I'm saying a lot about us.
But I said this on the show before, and I'm going to say it again. And I'm not wishing ill will on anyone, but a lot of these people just have to go away.
They need to. They need to unalive.
And then Obama just said that. Obama just said that. I just saw like an interview. He said the younger people that are like, undecided if they're going to vote or not. You got to realize these people, that are voting, they're going to die soon. So they're making all of these rules and all of this
And
stuff for you.
and
That
you
you
gonna
have to
have to
go
live with this.
That you're gonna have to live with through the
You're
span
gonna
of
have
your
to live
life.
with
Because they're
Yes.
going to go. Or
And
so,
that's why
so-
term limits needs to be eat. But everybody gave their takeaway?
Yeah.
As Chris said, the takeaway is make America
Literate again.
Yeah, the
Well,
last
my
president
takeaway
we
is my takeaway is this. In 2024, if you are still voting for a candidate because of the fact that you don't like or you don't want other fill in the blank, then you need to go away, because there's no reason why you should not like someone that looks like me because they look like me. Judge a person on the content of their character and not on the way that they look. The fact that this country is so divided based on race, it is so blown out of proportion, because at the end of the day, if you do your DNA search, you got African in you too. Everybody comes from somebody that looks like me. We all derive from somebody that looks like me. So the fact that this country is so divided now, the only way that we're going to get undivided is for Trump to go away, because he is divisive in everything that he does. He plays upon people's fears. And you should not fear me. You should not fear Chris. You should not fear Yvette. You should not fear Shauna, because of the fact that we are all dope people. And you would be darn lucky to have one of us as a friend. And I'm sure that once we get to know you, we would feel the same way about you. So how about we just all quit the unnecessary divisiveness and try to come together, because at the end of the day, North Korea, China, Russia, they all standing toe to toe with each other. They don't care. They just like, You see them soldiers? They are all together. Shut up, Chris. We live in America, and at the end of the day, we're Americans. We're Americans. I'm not an African American because I'm not from Africa. I am a Black American. I was born here. That might be controversial within itself, but oh well. So at the end of the day, we need to come together as people, as Americans, because it shouldn't be where I see the flag, somebody with the American flag, and I think that they're a terrorist. Trump has made it so where you see people that have the American flag up and you think that they are white supremacists or terrorists.
That is true.
It shouldn't be that way.
Who be repping America that hard? I mean,
you know what I'm saying? You feel like they're a nationalist and that they're, about to someplace, because that's how Trump got people thinking. So once he is out of the way, him and Melanin, Malignant, whatever, once they out of the way, then we can pick up and we can just move this ball forward and get this super PAC going. Period. Point blank. On that note, thank you for watching the Melanin Movement. Don't forget to subscribe and watch us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and sometimes the Twitter. And you can also listen to us on podcasts, Spotify, and others. To my co-host, EVE, Chris, Shawn and Dawn, I'm Haya. Go vote. Oh.
that was a W.
I was gonna say.
She wants you to vote.
Say go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote. Go vote.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X And make sure you go to our website and get our merch today.